Well, hi everybody. Good morning. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on your Tuesday morning. We've got quite a few upper level clouds around. There's a few breaks in the clouds over southeast Nebraska, but a lot of upper level clouds around. So not the low level type here, not the stratus clouds that give you completely overcast skies, but it might get a little filtered sunshine. But the clouds could be kind of thick. Meanwhile, more sunshine back towards western Nebraska, western third of the state or so. And this will be all slow to move out, so some places may not get much sun. Maybe a little bit later today. Here's some pop-up clouds in here, and then thickest clouds I think will be in eastern Nebraska. Breezy south and southeast winds. The other thing we'll see a lot of today, radar returns. If you look at our Local 4 weather app or the KNOP News 2 weather app or just any other radar app that you happen to use, you'll notice radar returns showing up, especially with these clouds here. The thing is, you're probably going to get a lot of evaporating rainfall. The air is fairly dry at the surface, so rain, while developing way up high in these upper level clouds, it's going to be falling into some dry air and probably evaporating. So we're going to get probably, along with those upper level clouds, what we call virga. Virga is those little streaks that come out of clouds. It's evaporating rainfall, so you'll see that virga, but it will not be making it to the surface more than likely. Tonight, some partial clearing, but then new clouds building in late tonight as a weak disturbance brings a small chance of rain and isolated thunderstorms. Yesterday at this time, during this recording, shortly after 7 o'clock yesterday morning, it looked like it was going to be these areas with the best chance. And yeah, there's probably still about a 10% chance here. But now forecast models are kind of hinting at this area here in central Nebraska, north central Kansas is maybe having a chance of some of these pop-up thunder showers. Shouldn't amount to much. Moisture amount's going to be very, very minimal, maybe a couple of hundredths of an inch of rainfall. As the day goes on, that chance will go away. Partly to mostly sunny skies, breezy, a little warmer out there for your Wednesday. And then Wednesday night and Thursday morning, the clouds completely clear on out, and we're going to see a ton of sunshine to end the work week, and the temperatures are going to heat up for the end of the week as well. Now, back to the threat, not so much of severe weather, but just the chance of thunderstorms late tonight. This is probably going to be after midnight and then into early tomorrow morning. The Storm Prediction Center does have a general chance of thunder showers over central Nebraska. So again, some pop-up thunder showers are possible, but the chance of severe weather remains fairly slim to none. Highs today, upper 70s and lower 80s for most of us, maybe perhaps a few mid 80s in some spots. So most of us, this is slightly cooler than yesterday. Also, some of the strongest winds of the day will likely be in the Sandhills region. Some gusts up around 30 miles per hour. Southwestern areas, low to mid 80s for high temperatures. More sun as you go to the west, more clouds as you go to the east. Some of the thickest clouds over eastern Nebraska right in here. Low 80s for highs, maybe some mid 80s right in here. And then upper 70s and lower 80s here towards the northeast. Again, thicker clouds. Maybe still the mid 80s though towards the Blair area. So there's a look at today's forecast around the area. Let's take a look at tonight. Mid to upper 60s and low 70s for lows. Tomorrow just a little bit warmer than today. Low and mid 80s for afternoon high temperatures. Tomorrow night a mild night in the 50s and lower 60s again. Now here comes the warmest temperatures of the forecast period. This is coming in Thursday, Friday, Saturday here. So Thursday, mid to upper 80s. Maybe somebody gets to 90. It's going to be very warm on Thursday. Thursday night, a mild night in the mid to upper 50s and low 60s again. And then look at Friday, upper 80s and lower 90s to wrap up this work week. So if you have any activities you're going to, maybe kids cross country meet, maybe an afternoon football game and not an evening football game. Pretty toasty out there Friday afternoon. It looks like this will continue into your Saturday as well here. So if you have other things going on this weekend on Saturday outdoors, plan on some heat as well, and that does include the Husker football game and the Harvest of Harmony parade. Going to be a very warm morning there in Grand Island, downtown Grand Island, for the Harvest of Harmony. So again, looking at the next few days, a gradual warming trend on the way. Small chance of rain and thunder showers early on Wednesday morning. Friday toasty, Saturday toasty. Again, starting off in the mid 60s Saturday morning. No need for the blankets if you're heading to downtown Grand Island for the Harvest of Harmony parade. The band kids will probably be sweating it out. In fact, you know, you don't like it cold, but you like it a little cooler when you're marching that far. But they will be dealing with some warm temperatures, really heating up by the afternoon. I think Husker game temperature could be above 90 degrees in the afternoon. Also some wind around. Then comes the chance of rain and thunderstorms Saturday evening and overnight Saturday night. Off and on smaller chances through the weekend and early next week. And the bigger story, I think even more than the rain, will be the trend of cooler temperatures to come. temporarily anyway. We get down into the 60s for highs early next week, but it looks like by the middle of next week it does start to warm back up just a bit. Let's take a look at North Platte's forecast. I did not include rain in your forecast for tomorrow morning. More sunshine, still only low 80s for highs in the next couple of days. Then it's mid to upper 80s on Thursday, very toasty Friday and Saturday, in the upper 80s. Chances of rain return by Saturday afternoon into Saturday evening. A few more clouds around as well, and then we'll keep some smaller chances going beyond that. Not great chances though, but the bigger story will be the trending cooler temperatures to come as we get into early next week. A couple of days down in the 60s, then we warm back up into the 70s by the middle of next week here at the Climate Prediction Center. They've still got our neck of the woods in above average temperatures from the 7th of October all the way to the 13th. It does look like we'll trend warming back up after that little bit of a cool down. That said, there are some signs of some return to cooler air around the 12th, 13th, 14th of the month. So we'll see how things play out, and that may be the cooler air right there that starts to approach. Meanwhile, moisture-wise, it's keeping us, the Climate Prediction Center has us in the above average precipitation category, meaning that we could see some more moisture getting into next week here. Let's take a look at the long-range models. The European, again, nothing for today. But as we get towards tomorrow morning, again, there's those spotty showers over central areas. Not going to be much to write home about. Thursday morning, eastern Nebraska could see some of that again. Then after that, we're kind of waiting for the weekend chances, starting Saturday night to into Sunday morning. But notice how areas in the south and east have much, much lower chances than areas to the north and west. Look at that, how the trend would take it there. But we'll still keep small chances Sunday and then into Monday as well. Could there be more chances down the road? Europeans not really thinking so right now, which would go against what the Climate Prediction Center has. Here's the GFS model. Soon, there it is. Again, jumping ahead to tomorrow morning, there's your spotty showers there tomorrow early on your Wednesday. They diminish. Maybe another round late Wednesday night into Thursday morning. But then skies clear out. Quiet weather for a few days. Then we look towards the end of the day, Saturday into Saturday night. Chance of rain and thunderstorms. Could potentially be some more chances coming out of the weekend into early next week here. I think Monday's chance is better than Sunday's right now. And of course, if that happens, we'll be much cooler than average during that time frame here. Maybe some other chances down the road as we head through next week. So that's the big difference now. The GFS and the European model really split on what happens as we get down the road into next week on if we see more opportunities for rainfall or if we stay mainly on the dry side for next week. So right now it looks like the Climate Prediction Center leaning more towards the GFS model than the European model, but that of course will change. Well, I will not be with you again for the rest of this week here. Luke will be filling in for me the next 3 days. I'll be back with you on Monday. So until then, I hope you have a good rest of your week. Enjoy your first weekend of October, and I'll see you again early next week. Take care and God bless. Bye.